2, 3, funky.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new around here. So for today's video I thought I would do something which I've been meaning to do for a very long time, and that is another episode of my little like small talk series that I started here on my channel. If you've been watching me for a while you'll know that I did do one of these videos back in, oh my god, it was when I was still living in Bournemouth. Was it like May time, maybe? May or June? I basically decided that I was going to start a brand new series on my channel where I just sat down with you guys and talked about various topics, things that were interesting me at the time, things that were going on, I don't know, just stuff that we could sit and have a discussion about. I wanted to originally do a bit of a podcast, but I don't know, a podcast for me was a bit of a step too far. I thought I would start it off with it being something I did on my channel, and then if you guys liked it I could turn it into a podcast. And again, if you guys do enjoy this, please do let me know so that I know whether to do more of them or whether to like turn it into a podcast at some point. I would love to do that now that I've got a bit more time again. I feel like it's definitely something that I could do. With that being said, however, I'm aware that I only made one of these before. I had originally planned to make one of these once a month or once every 3 weeks, that sort of thing, and it just didn't happen. I don't really have another explanation other than it just didn't happen. Life got in the way. That is just how things go sometimes. But I've been really in the mood to film another one of these for so long now, and this morning I was about to start getting ready and I thought, why not turn it into a video? We could turn this into an episode of Small Talk, right? So I'm going to sit here and do my makeup. If you guys aren't interested in makeup, don't worry, I'm not really going to talk about products or anything like that. I'm just going to sit and do my makeup and chat to you guys. Feel free to put this on in the background if you've got stuff to do, if you're tidying your room, or I don't know, going on a walk, I don't know, put this on in the background. We can turn it into a podcast, or if you want to actually see me do my makeup you can watch as well. I doubt you're going to see anything groundbreaking today. I literally am just getting ready for the day. I don't normally wear makeup on a daily basis, but I'm going out later on and I have a couple of videos and stuff to film today, so I thought I would just get ready and chat to you whilst I do. So the topic of today's small talk episode is going to be life after university, life after graduating, the reality of life after graduating, because it's not all as great as it sounds, and I kind of want to talk about that side of it that maybe people don't really share online. So yeah, we're going to talk about life after university, and I also want to talk about the US borders reopening, which I think I might do at the end because I've got a feeling this video might be a little bit ranty and I kind of want to make it a little bit lighthearted too. So yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of different things, but I'm going to start doing my makeup because this face, my skin is not great at the moment. So yeah, let's start doing that and let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so I'm just starting off with primer, and like I said, I'm not really going to go too in detail with the products I'm using. I will mention what they are just because I know some of you will be interested. This is just the ordinary high adherence silicone primer. I quite like it. It's quite moisturising, which I definitely need at the moment, so yeah, that's what I'm really going to say about that. But life after uni. So I originally was going to do like a whole video about like my final year of university experience. It's no secret, you guys know by now, I have had a pretty rough final year of uni. I'm not going to go into it. It doesn't deserve the time, to be honest, or the energy at this point. But please know that it wasn't great, and I don't know if I'm going to do a video talking about it. I know that I've done one for first and second year, but I just don't know if I'm going to, or not right now anyway. I'm definitely not really ready to. But life after graduating has been a weird one. So I know the last time I did one of these videos, I can't remember if it was in the small talk that I talked about this or if it was in a different video, but I'm just going to use foundation now. This is the NARS, what's it even called? Flawless Natural Radiant Foundation. I literally have no idea what this is called. This is in the shade Fiji. It's my new favourite foundation of all time. It's expensive, but it's lovely and I love it, and it lasts really well on my skin, which is good. Yeah, I mentioned in the last time that I did an update video that after uni I was going to stay in Bournemouth and do a master's. That idea quickly went down the drain for a couple of reasons. Firstly, like I've already said a bazillion times, my final year wasn't great and I just felt like I needed to not be in Bournemouth for a little while, which I don't know how I feel about that now. I don't know how I feel about that decision. but not doing a master's was definitely the right thing for me. I was not in the right headspace to be doing any more education. Oh my god, my hair. My dissertation didn't go as well as I'd hoped. My grade for my dissertation wasn't great, and I basically wanted to base my decision on my master's application on my final uni grade and how I did in my dissertation, because obviously a big part of your master's is doing a dissertation. You have to do a second one. It's usually a much bigger project, and the fact that I struggled so much with this first one, not so much the motivation or the research. I actually really enjoyed the process of creating my dissertation. I really enjoyed interviewing people and chatting about a topic that I really care about. If you guys don't know, I did my dissertation on the Disney parks and kind of like consumer attitudes and millennials and all that sort of stuff. It's great. I'm really proud. I am proud of the work that I produced for my dissertation. I think it's good. It didn't get the best grade. In fact, I think it actually ended up being the lowest grade I've ever received for a uni project, which is a little bit disheartening, but at the same time it's been a rough year and I knew that I probably wasn't going to do that great in the end. I'm gonna have to use a mirror to actually see if I blended this properly, because I'm using the viewfinder. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really see it that well, so 2 seconds. But yeah, yeah, it wasn't great, and because of that I just felt like I shouldn't really do the masters yet. I do still have my place on my masters. I've deferred it. I've just realised I forgot a step. I forgot to put this on before I did my foundation, but we're going to do it now. This is just the Glossier Cloud Paint. I've been using it underneath my foundation recently just because, as you can see, it's a very dark colour, and in the summer it's lovely because it's quite a nice like tanned colour. But yeah, I think I've also put too much on, but we're going to blend it out and just see how it goes. Yeah, so I decided not to do the masters, as you can tell. I'm at home. Originally I wanted to, under no circumstances, move home. Not because I don't like being here. I love my family, obviously. I'm very grateful that they've let me come back and I'm, you know, able to live here again. But just because a lot of my friends aren't here anymore. Like, my hometown is very small, and yeah, there's not really a lot of people or opportunities here for me at the moment. So I didn't really want to move home, but ultimately I had to because my mental health was not great. And again, I'm not going to go into it because I just don't want to, but for various reasons I just decided to move home. Originally I was gonna maybe try and find a grad job in London or that sort of thing. I quickly discovered that finding a job is very hard in this climate, and especially in my industry. It's near on impossible to get a job in my industry at the moment unless you're like crazy talented and can create these amazing CVs and cover letters, which, don't get me wrong, I have tried to do many times. I have really tried, but I'm just not in the place right now to be putting that much effort and energy into these crazy applications that you see on LinkedIn. And yeah, long story short, at the moment I'm not doing a grad job. I'm just working to earn money, and my main goal for the next few months is to pass my driving test, because once that's done I can basically go anywhere and do anything that I want to do. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment, just for a very quick life update. I'm at home focusing on driving, that's pretty much it. But I wanted to kind of segue that into getting a grad job, because when you leave uni there's this whole expectation that you're going to leave, you're going to move straight to like Clapham and get a really cool grad job doing something that you really like. And for some people they are lucky enough that that does happen, but I think it's really important to talk about the fact that it doesn't happen for the most part. Like, a lot of people genuinely don't get a grad job in their first year after graduating. Sometimes, just drop powder everywhere, sometimes in their first like 2 years after graduating. Yeah, for a lot of people it doesn't happen, and that's okay. Like, it's completely okay to not know what you want to do after you finish uni, and I think a lot of people forget that. I'm now going in with bronzer. I've recently switched back to using the Sleek Face Form palette because I was going to repurchase the NARS bronzer because it's my favourite, but you guys, it's so expensive, I just couldn't justify it. I've also realised I can't talk and do this at the same time. But yeah, this used to be a firm favourite when I was like 14. and it's still good. It's quite a muddy like bronzer that you do have to really be careful with it, but yeah, I quite like it. It's alright. It's probably not the right shade for me. I think it's slightly too cool toned, but I just, yeah, like I said, I don't really wear makeup that much at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's this expectation to get a grad job straight away, and I think whether you actively choose not to get one or whether you literally, like me, can't get one, like it's proving near enough impossible, I don't know, I feel like that expectation needs to be squashed, because I just feel like it's unfair and unrealistic. Like, the amount of people that graduate uni every single year, there just aren't enough jobs for all of those people, as well as the people that, you know, already have jobs and they're trying to change their job or get promoted. And that's the other thing, like, you apply for a job but all they want is experience, and you don't have it yet because obviously you haven't been given a grad job. Obviously I was very lucky to do a placement year and a year in industry, which I know a lot of people don't get the opportunity to have. I'm just going to go in with the blush shade now. Again, I don't think it's the right shade for me, but I quite like it. It's quite pretty. I think as well, like, companies and people that are hiring need to get better at not expecting too much from graduates, you know, when they're like, oh, we're offering you this grad job but you have to have 5 years of experience. Like, I don't get that. I don't get why companies will advertise a job when that's the case. I don't know, it just really frustrates me, and I do think it's something that really needs to be talked about a lot more and changed, to be honest. I'm just going in with my brows. I realise I look a bit like Rudolph in the camera, which is probably not the best. I still love and use the Naked 2 Basics palette for my brows. My brows need sorting out desperately, but this is just very quick and a very simple way of doing my brows that I really like. But yeah, I think the main point I'm trying to make here in terms of like the job market is, don't be too hard on yourself. If you're applying for jobs, that's all you can do. Make your application the best it can possibly be. I think it's unrealistic to create these incredible applications for every single job you apply for. Obviously, if it's a job you're really, really passionate about, then definitely do that. But I don't know, people that say they spend like 5 hours on one application blows my mind, because I could apply for like 20 jobs in a day, and I just don't see how anyone would have the time or the energy to I don't know, to make creative applications for every single one. And also, companies that don't get back to you really annoy me. Like, it really upsets me that this is allowed. Like, you know when you just receive like an automated email being like, oh, someone with more experience was chosen, or I don't know, like or even when you just don't even hear back from jobs, like, it just really bugs me that they don't take the time out of their day to respond to applicants, especially graduates. Like, if they've read your CV and they can see that this is like the first grad job you've applied for, I just don't get why they just wouldn't take the time to at least say thank you and be like, yeah, thank you, but you know, like, we found someone with more experience. And it's frustrating. I understand why companies do it. I get why they would pick someone with more experience, because obviously it's less training for them to do, like, it's less effort for them. I do get it. But for example, recently I went to a job interview, or had a job interview over Zoom, and it went really, really well. The company was super impressed with me. It was a company that I really wanted to work for, doing a job that I would have really enjoyed doing. I created an entire presentation that went on for like 10 minutes, like, for this interview, which was something they had asked me to do, but I put a lot more effort into it than I think they were expecting. And then I didn't hear back for a couple of weeks, which was fine. I was told not to expect to hear back straight away. And then when I did, I got told that my interview was perfect, that they loved me, but they couldn't hire me because they found someone that had more experience than me. And I don't know, that just really upset me, because I thought, if you've really genuinely enjoyed what I did, and they're probably going to use my ideas that they've, you know, taken from my presentation, then why not just give me a chance? Like, I don't really understand it, and it does upset me, and it is so demotivating. And please know, if you're in the same situation right now, like, LinkedIn is a lie. Everyone you see that's like successful on LinkedIn, they've been lucky. Honestly, like, and I do think it's important to share the fact that it's really difficult, and like, most of the time you're not going to get a grad job straight away. Like, unless you know someone in your industry or you're in a very niche industry, like, I don't know, my industry in particular is just so difficult at the moment. And if you are in the same boat, please know that I feel for you, and if you need any support, then please do feel free to message me, because I know how hard it is. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about, like, with life after graduating, like I said, most people just expect to like not move back home, but again, I think that's massively overlooked. I think a lot of people, my camera cut out, but as I was saying, I think a lot of people do have to move home after uni and they just don't expect it to happen. Like for me, I don't know, like I said, I didn't really want to, but actually, you know, it's nice to spend time with family and friends, of course it is, but I think it's such a hard adjustment, especially if you lived, you know, at uni for 4 years. Like I've been independent for 4 years. I love it. I love the independence, and I just don't have that at home, and like it's so hard adjusting to like your pre-uni life almost. Like I do feel like I've literally come home and I'm back in the same position I was when I was 17. Like that's literally how I feel, and it's weird. Like it's so weird. I think it doesn't help. I've reconnected with all my college friends, which is so lovely, and I love them to pieces, but again, it does make me feel like I'm literally 17 again, and you know, haven't even been to uni. That's almost what it feels like, which is so strange, because I've just had 4 years of like incredible experiences and, you know, meeting all these people and all of this, and it's just so weird that like it just feels like none of it even happened anymore. Especially after graduating, a lot of my friends sort of said like that whole day just feels like it didn't even happen. Like it just felt weird. Graduation was really fun, by the way. I should probably mention that. I was very stressed and anxious about it for I don't even know what reason, but I just was. But it did end up being a really lovely day. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, the best day of my whole life, but it was fun and it was nice to see people and it was nice to celebrate like achievements and stuff. I'm gonna try and do my mascara whilst talking to you, because I'm aware that I've been talking for ages already. But yeah, friends is another thing I wanted to talk about in terms of like finishing uni and it not being what you expected. It's no secret, and I'm sure you guys have guessed, that I'm not really friends with the people that I was friends with at uni anymore. Obviously that's not including everyone. Like I still have Amy, and I still have Karis, and I still have Kitty, you know, people that you guys know and love on this channel. But it's obviously no secret that there are some people that are no longer in my life, which again, I'm not going to dwell on because they don't really deserve the attention. But you know, it's fine. Like they're not in my life for the better, and that's okay. But I think there's this massive expectation to go to uni and meet like friends for life, and then for some people you leave and you don't have those people anymore. Obviously for me, I'm lucky that I still have like Amy in particular. Like I know we're gonna be friends forever. Like we want to live together again at some point, which isn't something that I'll go into another time probably. I don't think this video is like the time for it. Nothing's planned yet, but that is something that we're like working towards at the moment, which is really nice. But like there's this one group, for example, that go to my uni, or went to my uni because obviously we're all finished now, who they live together and they look like they had the best time ever. And although they all live really far apart from each other now, they're all like best friends still, and they see each other all the time. And I don't know, I think it's so easy to compare yourself and your life to people like that. But again, I think it's so important to remember that those people that are in that situation, you know, they've all got really good grad jobs, they've all got their like best friends they made at uni. Those people are lucky, and yes, of course they probably worked incredibly hard for it. Of course they did, everyone did. But at the same time, I think it's so important to remember that like that isn't the case for everyone, and I feel like that's the stuff that isn't really talked about, you know. Like achievements are celebrated and friendships are celebrated, but I don't know, just getting through it I don't think is celebrated enough, and I think it really should be. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, because I think obviously everyone's uni experience is so unbelievably different, and I don't think that's something that I really considered or thought about that much before I started uni. Like I just assumed that like it's, you know, just uni, like you just do it and everyone is in the same boat, but you're really not, especially when you finish uni. I think when you start it's a lot different because a lot of people are in the same boat. You know, you don't know anyone, you're doing a completely new experience, you're leaving home for the first time. That obviously is a very shared experience, but final year in particular does feel very isolated, I think, just because everyone's doing different dissertation topics. Everyone has different plans for when they finish. I think this year obviously has been extra difficult because of the pandemic. You know, some people would want to go travelling after uni and they've not been able to. I personally would have loved to have done that. My original plan was to do a CRP. Obviously that hasn't happened as of yet, and I don't know if or when it will. So obviously that is something, you know, like that was my original plan. I hadn't actually considered getting a grad job straight away, if I'm honest. I had planned on travelling, doing some fun experiences, but obviously because of the pandemic that's not happened either. So I think especially for like this year and last year it has been extra difficult. But just in general, like everyone does so many different things when they finish uni that I just think, yeah, it's so weird how you all start doing the exact same thing in the same boat, and then by the time you finish and you've left, it's just completely anyone's game as to what's going to happen next. So yeah, I do think it's crazy. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you're going for a similar thing, or let me know if you've done something really great since finishing uni. Like, I do love hearing success stories. As much as I'm like a little bit bitter about it, I am still obviously really proud of everyone and really excited to hear success stories. Like all of my friends who are doing incredible things, like becoming teachers or being scientists, or like marine biologists even, like it's just so cool. And yeah, of course I'm proud of everyone, but at the same time it's a bit like frustrating when you're sat here being like, I want to do that too but I can't. Yeah, I know it will come. I'm not asking for sympathy, please don't give it to me, but you know what I mean. If you're in the same boat, then I hope you're doing alright. The last thing I wanted to talk about in this little video, just on like a nice light-hearted note to end off this video, is talking about the US borders reopening, because that's literally so exciting. Obviously that doesn't really mean anything for me personally. Like my trip to Florida isn't booked for like another year yet, it's next September, so it makes no difference to me, but it's so exciting and so cool to see so many people that I know and love on their trips to Florida already, or people who live out there that I know whose family are going to get to go and visit them, or I don't know, just it's exciting knowing that the world is opening back up again, and I think it's about time, and I'm just so excited for all the like things that are going to start happening again. I get constantly asked if I think the CRP or the CEP is going to reopen anytime soon. Truthfully, I don't know. Apparently there's a rumour going around that it's going to get announced next month. Obviously, please bear in mind this is a rumour and I have literally heard this for the first time today, so I don't know. I know nothing about it. I'm not, you know, an insider, I don't know anything. I would love for it to be announced in a month's time, that would be so cool. Will I apply for a CRP? I think I will, because right now obviously I don't have a grad job. I think I was getting worried that I was going to get a cool grad job and then, you know, the CRP would be open, but the fact that I haven't, maybe that's a sign. I don't know, I didn't want to wait too long after uni to do a CRP. I didn't want it to be like years in the future, but I would still like to. I think it would still be cool, so never say never. Obviously it all depends on when the application's open and how many people apply, because it's going to be chaos, I think. But yeah, I'm so excited. If you have a trip planned to America, it doesn't have to be Florida, let me know. I'm very excited. My sister's going to New York in December and I'm very jealous. I would love to go back. Yeah, I would love to just get on a plane and go to America tomorrow. And like the fact that I literally could do that now, like if I had the money then I literally could, that would be so cool. Yeah, the borders are open, I'm so excited. Literally the day that I'm filming this, the borders have reopened today. I've seen some people that I follow on Instagram that are off on their adventures to Orlando and I'm very excited for them. I'm so excited to see all the content and the photos and the videos, and yeah, I'm very excited for that. I think that's really exciting. I really hope that more of the world gets opened up more freely soon too, because I would just love to go on an adventure, you know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you did enjoy it. I know it's probably a little bit chaotic, a little bit all over the place. If you guys do enjoy this, then please let me know and I'll definitely be sure to do it again. Like I said, I had originally planned to make these more frequently than I have. Hopefully I'll be able to do that a little bit more often for you guys now. This was episode 2. I'll leave episode 1 linked down below if you've not seen it yet. I think I talked about the DCP coming back and the parks reopening and like all that sort of stuff, so every single one is going to be a little bit different. I want to try and incorporate some sort of Disney in there a little bit, I think, because I think that would be a nice way to incorporate some Disney back into my channel. But again, I will also talk about more serious topics like uni mental health is something I want to talk about at some point. Originally I had wanted to get some guests on here and like have some friends come and chat with me, which I would love to do, and I will try and do that at some point. Just realised I haven't sprayed my face with setting spray yet, so that should probably happen. This is the Revolution Sport Fix. I don't love it, to be honest, but it stops my face from being super dry, so. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for topics you want me to talk about, or if you have anything that you want me to talk about, then let me know. If you have any questions for me, then let me know. If you want me to do another CEP applications Q&A, then please let me know, because I think I will do one at some point before the programs get announced again, because I get a lot of DMs every single day asking me for like tips and advice. I do have a video on my channel, which again I'll link down below if you guys want to see it, but I'm aware that it's like 4 years old now. 4 years old? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so it's 4 years old. It's probably a little bit outdated now, and I'm more than happy to answer some questions for you guys again if you need it. But yeah, anyway, I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're having a lovely week, and I will see you all again very soon with another video.